Hello and welcome to episode 42 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel, using Pride FC in now the year 2005. As before we get to the mail, I want to look at something real quick as I just kind of show everyone. In the comments of, I believe it was not even the last video, I believe it was the video before that, by James Freeman there, as he said that I should start a TV show, kind of like how UFC has the Ultimate Fight Nights and whatnot. And that was always something I thought about doing at some point because, eventually there's going to be like now, we're going to have 4 divisions here very soon, and we're going to need, a lot more shows than, the 12 that we run, where we have one per month. So yeah, we'll probably do one. I'm not sure when exactly we'll start it. I don't think it's going to be 2005. It might be 2006, maybe even 2007 if I push it even that far back. But the name of it is going to be Pride FC Worldwide. That is an homage to basically in 2007 the kind of last final Pride events of that those final 2. And I think even maybe some of the 2006 ones, they were released under the brand Pride FC Worldwide something Media, I think, Worldwide Media, I think. And I always thought that was a kind of cool name for like a Pride TV show. So we went, Pride FC Worldwide. Sounds good, sounds fun. I thought it was weird because when I was like, maybe like the name World Tour popped in my head from the WCW and NWO World Tour in '64 game. It's like, nah, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. But Worldwide, it's a lot better. So that's what's going to be our TV show if we ever get to that point. I'm not sure how exactly what we'll do, if we'll have like a big time broadcasting, if we'll just do it on our own brand. Not really sure. We're kind of really up in the air. A reality TV show to do something like The Ultimate Fighter is something that would be fun in theory, but I don't know when. Whenever the new names come in, which will be like possibly like in 20 fucking years, I don't know when I'll ever not, when I'll stop doing this series. But that's something maybe I'll do at some point. I highly doubt it, but that's just something to let everybody know. Just that's something in the future. Not sure when exactly. It won't be in the year 2005. Maybe 2006, maybe even 2007. We'll have to kind of wait and see. But that was just something to, be on the lookout for. As the mail, we have 16 items of mail as Joachim Hansen Hellboy is signed to Pride FC in the lightweight division. One of my favorite kind of like underrated fighters, Joachim Hansen. Bad motherfucker. He's kind of been all over the world. Right now, at least in the WMMA 5 world, he's lost to some big names. He's lost to Joe Stevenson, BJ Penn, Josh Thompson, Yves Edwards, and Wander Baraka. But other than that, I think as far as big names, the biggest names he's beaten is probably Michael Sa-Kin Kwok. It's probably the biggest name. But he was 1-3 in 1-3 in Pride, 1-3 in UFC. We'll see what he does here. I always had a soft spot for him, and we need some more guys in the lightweight division. He's 12-7. He's got a good record, so we'll see how he does. Quentin Ramirez Jackson has left Team Punishment. That has shocked the hell out of me. Obviously, it's kind of hard not to think of Rampage without being in Team Punishment, but there he is. Rich Franklin joined the Pit. That's a fun addition. As Tom Erickson and Pat Miletich extended their deals, Yoshihiro Takayama and Joe Rogan extended all those deals. Keith Jardine has joined Roof Sport. I didn't see that coming. Roof Sport has a whole lot of guys, all different guys. I think Bob Sapp's actually in Roof Sport right now. I could be wrong. But Keith Jardine joins Roof Sport. Lions in Rico Rodriguez. That's a big name to get. Mirko Kokop. He wants to fight Fabrizio Verdum so they can settle their differences. Fabrizio Verdum is facing Don Fry at the American Bushido 7 card, which is in May, so a couple of months away. Mirko's gonna have to wait a little bit before he gets it, but I want to schedule that for sure. Mirko deserves it. No, not really. Mirko deserves it. 6-1, he just beat Hideki Yoshida with a fucking head kick at Shockwave. He's taking on some big ass names. His only loss was to Kazuki Fujita, but I think that'd be fun. Him and Fabrizio Verdum. They want it to happen, so we'll let it happen. Scott Smith has left Greg Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts. Kira Kikuchi's left Parista. As Fedor and Alexei Olenek left Team Avistian, so there's a bit of an exodus. as we extended Joel de Oliveira, who is going to be in rings, as did Shoni Carter. As Shoni Carter just lost to Joel de Oliveira. I thought about bringing him in, honestly. He's had, if he wouldn't have lost, if he didn't have lost to Yasuto Namakawa, he probably got signed and brought into UFC, or not into UFC, Jesus, got UFC on the brain, into Pride FC, as, his only big loss was to Rodrigo Hus, but then, he had a rough stint when we started. Lost to Vitor Belfort, lost to Dan Anderson, Dennis Hallman, Stefan, those three right there, top quality Pride FC guys, Stefan Bonner in rings, Ron Faircloth, who's now in Pride, and Rodrigo Hus is in Pride. So the guys he's lost to have been biggish names. Shoni Carter's probably the biggest name, and then Nate Corey, which, Nate the Rock Corey. I've always enjoyed him. He's been in rings for a hot minute now. We just haven't had the time to bring him, but he's 16-10-1, and he's an actual welterweight, so that could be big. It's just, will it happen? I don't know. Really, it comes down to, he's 35 years old. Time's not on the side, but maybe, just maybe, he'll get in for maybe 1 or 2 fights. So yeah, it's now it's time to run down the card of the Brazilian Bushido 2 card. Has no titles on the line. We'll go into it as the Brazilian killer Alex Stiebling taking on Merlio Ninja Rua. Third time now that Merlio's main event or Pride event. The second for Alex Stiebling. As the first time he was taking on Vanderlei Silva. It came out of rings. Both fighters are world-ranked light heavyweights. Stibling's 4th. Merlio was 15th. Stiebling trains at the Pit, which Merlio has an overall record of 1-1 against other members of that team. And Rua has an overall record of 3 out of... Or has an overall record. Has won 3 of his last 5 fights in decision. First time they fought, and Merlio has a Blurcast staff picks advantage 6-1. Mark J, the lone backer of Alex Stiebling. It's the king of the streets, Marco Hus, taking on Alistar, the Demolition Man, Overeem. As poor Marco Hus, he's 43 years old, he's going to take on Alice Overeem. Alice Overeem is probably going to fuck him up. We never know, you can't count him out. Marco Hus, he's, after he beat Volkan and Randy Couture, he got a probably undeserved title match against Big Nog. He lost to Big Nog. But, he's lost to Andre Volosky. He got knocked out in 33 seconds. He lost to Pete Williams. But, he's 44 years old now. He's way the fuck up there. His health, as you can see, his body health is becoming pretty problematic. So, if people just kind of focus in on that, probably be an easy win. But he's got 2 backers. The Marks are backing him. Mark L and Mark J. But I'm sure Alistar Overeem's going to probably sweep him up under the rug. It's the Gladiator, Greg Wicken, taking on Pedro the Rock Hizzo. As both fighters are world-ranked super heavyweights. Wicken is 5th, Hizzo is 11th. Wicken has won 3 of his last 5 fights in decision. Pedro the Rock Hizzo has not won since November of 2002, which was the last time he won was against High School Igor, when the ref, and not really just the ref, but the doctor at ringside called the fight too soon with the cut. And that was it. I almost positive. Let me double check that. Oh, it was Mark Kerr. So yeah, that was the one before that was the cut. So the last one was against Mark Kerr, which crazy. But he's taking on some big names. He's Simi Shalette, Andre Volosky, Sergey Karitnerov. Some big names. But he's only roughly had a fight a year, too. But Greg Wicken, on the other hand, who just has just taking on some names. Volkan, Randy Couture, Heath Herring in his debut, which was awful, though. So maybe he can have something a little bit better for him. As it's 7-0, Greg Wicken. Reach advantage for Pedro Hizzo. A 7-inch reach advantage. As the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine, taking on Flavio Luis Moura. Keith Jardine's finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. He's 17th in the middleweight division in Pride. Flavio is 23rd. It's the first time they fought. Keith Jardine's going to enjoy a significant weight advantage. Blurcast staff pick 6-1 for Keith Jardine. Mark J, the lone backer. Flavio Luis Moura. It's the Reyna, the natural couture, taking on Rafael Earthquake Carvalho. As first time they have fought, Korea's going to enjoy a significant weight advantage. Reyna Couture's going to have the 6-inch reach advantage, and he's got the Blurcast staff pick 6-1. Mark L. The Marks have just been back. Let's see. Mark J, last one. So, and both the marks and the Mark J. So besides the Pedro Hizzo and Greg Wicken, so far at least, it's been some type of 6-1 or 5-2. As that now, Valentino, the Python Overeem, he's joining his brother Alistar as on the fight card. He's taking on Giant Silva. Giant Silva's going to have the significant weight advantage and 11-inch reach advantage, but it's not going to fucking matter. Valentino Overeem is probably going to knock him the fuck out. That's for sure. As the Brazilian Tiger, Ricardo taking on Glover Teixeira. It's pride debut for Glover Teixeira, and he's got a big-ass fight against Ricardo here. Betting lines have him as a big favorite, though. 7-zip. So that kind of shows you that, I mean, Glover Teixeira is a bad man, but Ricardo is a bad man in his own right. So we got that fight, and then Yuki Kondo, Lyoto Machida, which should be a wash. It should be a nice little squash for Lyoto Machida over Yuki Kondo here. As, there we go. I was assuming it's, wow, it's actually pretty close. Minus 210, plus 160, but so far it seems like the karate man, the dragon, Lyoto Machida, is going to make short work of Yuki Kondo. First of the prelim fights. Here we go. As Cecil Beatles is the referee. Judges. Machida's going to get a good reaction from the fans as he's fighting in front of the home crowd and from Belin, Brazil. Here we go. They touch gloves. They tentatively move in and engage. Machida is off target with a left hand also. Right hook misses. As Kondo tried the right hook, but missed as well. As he hits the mark with the big right hand, Kondo doesn't find the mark with the big hook. They trade some leather, and neither fighter really does anything damaging. Machida lets him step in and engage. There's a left hand from Yuki Kondo. Machida misses the left jab, but counters with the right hand. As he's moving forward, Yuki Kondo again looks to strike Machida, who stands ready. Misses the big right hand, putting him off balance, letting Machida attack with a left kick to the ribs. Stands ready, Yuki Kondo again. And there's a right cross miss, and that's just wide open for a counter. As he comes in with a brace of jabs, they're followed by a body kick that just missed. Is stepping in, Kondo again looking to engage. So Machida again counters a short body kick with a jab and a good right hook. Steps in looking to engage. There's a left hook from Machida. As he uses the left jab, but he finds the right cross blocked. Again, Kondo looks to strike. Machida stands ready. Tries the right hand, but it gets absorbed on his opponent's gloves. He's off target with the left jab, also has a right hand blocked. Comes in looking to strike. Connects with the left hand. Machida scores with a left hook. As again, he's looking to strike this Yuki Kondo. Connects as Lyoto Machida counters with the right hand, a quick left hook. An exchange of strikes sees both fighters fail to land anything significant. They step in to strike this Yuki Kondo. Again, neither fighter can manage to land a target. Manage to land a strike, as they can't find the targets. As Machida shows this great guard by absorbing 2-punch flurry. As he's well off target with a head kick. Exchange of strikes, but nothing really happens though. As he rolls his shoulders to relax and moves forward as Lyoto Machida halfway point now. Yuki Kondo comes in looking to engage. He slips past the right hook, counters with a jab and a glancing blow from a high kick. That could be a knock. No, not even a knockdown as Machida moves to southpaw now. Exchange of strikes sees both fighters fail to land anything significant as Machida moves forward, constantly trying to pressure Kondo into exchanging strikes. Misses the left hand in exchange. As he fails to land the combo, then ended with an attempted roundhouse body kick. Stands ready as Kondo moves in. Lands a left jab, has the right hand absorbed on the gloves. The exchange of strikes happens right in the center of the ring, but nothing comes of it. As Machida lets Kondo step in and engage, hits a left jab, also scores a left kick to the body. And there's another right jab, and there's a head kick again. Standard trade blows, neither can land anything damaging. As steps forward as Lyoto Machida. Now Yuki Kondo, he's the one on the counter offense as he fires off a counter jab. Fails to find home its jab, but he lands a left hand. Kondo moves in to strike, counters the right hand with a right jab and a spin kick that fails to find home. For the first time now, Machida's starting to breathe a little heavier. Yuki Kondo comes in, can't get past the guard of the great guard of Machida. 2 punches were simply absorbed. It doesn't connect with the right jab. Also can't get a kick to the body. Now Yuki Kondo starting to breathe a little heavier now. As again, Machida lets Yuki Kondo step and engage. Kondo misses the jab, but hits the right hand. 60 seconds now in the first round. Kondo comes in to engage. He hits a left jab, but finds the right cross block. Again, they engage strikes, but nothing significant lands. He steps in, watched all the way by Lyoto Machida. Slips past the right hook attempt, attacks with the left cross, and that's the end of the first round. Obviously, maybe not obviously. Look at the stats there, 9 to 17 on the strikes. But yeah, Lyoto Machida, he's doing his thing. It's tough. He's a dangerous man, Lyoto Machida. Now the second round, final round. Machida lets Yuki Kondo step in again and engage as he misses the right hook and leaves himself open for the counter as a jab and a spinning back kick that is wide of the mark. Again, he stands ready as moves in, as Kondo misses the right hook, leaves over the counter with a quick left jab and a body kick that fails to land again as he comes forward looking to strike. Can't hit the left jab. Oh, he hits the left jab, but he can't hit the right cross, rather. As there's a left jab and a right cross from Yuki Kondo. He steps in looking to strike. He misses the jab, connects with the right hand as Machida lands a left jab and a right cross as Yuki Kondo. Yuki Kondo's landing a lot more shots now. So he scores the jab, it has the right hook blocked. He stands ready as Kondo moves in. Scores the jab, has the right hook blocked. There's a left jab and also scores a left kick to the body. As again, Machida steps in. Lets Yuki Kondo step in and ready to counter. Scores a left jab, misses the right hand. There's a left jab and a leg kick. Exchange of strikes does not produce any damage. Both fighters look spent at close range. They fall into a clinch. Looking to muscle Yuki Kondo back up against the ropes. This is Machida. He does so. As now Yuki Kondo using his wrestling to prevent any knee strikes there. Catches Kondo with a knee strike to the ribs. And then while he's pressed up against the ropes, there's a hard foot stomp. As he tries to throw a knee to the thigh, but Yuki Kondo saw the opportunity and turns to now let Machida's back up against the ropes. As he's looking for a takedown. Can we get a single leg with 27 seconds left? He can't. Showing great tendency, rather, as Machida pulls his leg free and is able to circle out. Steps in looking to strike. He's off target on the left jab, also misses the right hook. As Machida's off target, and also comes up short with a body kick. Both guys were just tired at that point. That's the end of the fight. Unanimous decision for Machida. Hopefully he doesn't get robbed here in Brazil. Oh my god. Oh, it shouldn't even been a split decision, but he gets the win. His first poor fight Machida had. Fair fucks Yuki Kondo, man. He stood in there. He took a lot of headshots. He took a lot of shots in general. That's his fourth loss, though. He'll probably get sent down to rings, would be my guess, at 29, 19, and 3. 3-0 for Machida. As thanks all of his sponsors for backing him. Also thanks his family, friends, and supporters. Now the last of the prelims, as the Brazilian Tiger, Ricardo Arona, takes on the Glover Teixeira in the Prime Middleweight division as 5-0 as Glover Teixeira, as he's minus 410. My God, 7-4 for Ricardo Arona. Let's see if any big names come to mind. I'm not really seeing any. That's all right. As you know, it's 5-0 in UFC. We signed him, stole him from UFC. Both Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, plus 320, minus 410. Getting the man from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The Brazilian Tiger himself. Ricardo Arona get the win in front of his own crowd. We shall see. Yves Levine is our referee. It's our judges. Although they're weighing the same, it's noticeable that Glover Teixeira is looking a lot heavier now. Crowd is buzzing during the entrances as it's a battle between two local... Oh, well, I mean, it does say he's from... I think that makes sense. I particularly Glover Teixeira at least maybe grew up somewhere around Central America. Maybe just Brazil. That makes sense, though. Fight begins. Touch gloves. Throws two quick punches that doesn't hit either of them. As now Glover Teixeira steps in, works his way to the dominant position in the clinch. As Teixeira is looking to muscle Arona back up against the ropes. As he ends up back against the ropes, looking to sweep his leg out from under Arona so he can take him down with a trip. Doesn't do it then. Ricardo Arona blocks the attempt, keeping a solid base. Now again, Glover Teixeira trying it again. He gets to this time. He sweeps the leg, sending Arona to the mat. Now, beautiful move. He's got side control of it too. Wow. He throws a few strikes, clear slowing things down, and catches breath. Blocks it into pull guard. As a few shots land clean there out of the side control. Tries to pull guard on Glover Teixeira, but doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. He pounds away, but Arona again is in trouble by the strikes. He blocks the attempt to pull guard. Pounds away, but Arona calmly deals with him. Arona tries to pull guard on Glover, but doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. Glover fires away the punches, does a little in the way of damage. Arona transitions to half guard now. Glover throws some small strikes. It's clear just taking a moment to catch his breath now. Glover throws a few right hands, but it's mainly just trying to catch his breath. Again, Arona tries to get full guard on Glover, but doesn't get anywhere with it. In half guard, Glover catches his breath, can then just look up a bunch of the body. Glover feels Arona's preparing for a scramble, and make sure that doesn't happen. Looking to catch his breath, Glover Teixeira can then just look up a bunch of the body. Arona again trying to get some separation, but this has just been all Glover Teixeira, and that just shows you how dominant Glover Teixeira is. In half guard, Glover Teixeira begins working to get side control again. But then, Arona blocks it. There's a stalemate here. As now he's looking for some separation, trying to get a quick scramble. As it gives Glover Teixeira the perfect opportunity to get side controlled out. Now he fires off a few punches, trying to catch his breath. He's trying to move, he doesn't allow it. Just handful of punches, each easily being blocked with gloves. As again, he's trying to pull guard as Ricardo Arona, but he's not getting anywhere with it. Just a fucking stalemate of all stalemates here, as he can't... Glover's not allowing any of it. Minute left now. still just throws a few strikes, just trying to catch his breath. There's some right hands, but again, Arona is dealing with it comfortably, trying to transition the guard, but he can't manage it, and that's the end of the first round. So yeah, all Glover to share. Complete domination. It'd be a miracle at this point. Ricardo Arona won. Yeah, hopefully it's a little bit more exciting. Here we go, final. Bell is right out of the gate. Ricardo Arona shoots him with a takedown. It's a great sprawl. Moves out of range. They come together, start wrestling in an over-under position, then clinch. He's got control to clinch. Can't keep it, though, as Arona wrestles himself into the dominant position. I was trying to pack him up against the ropes. He does so. As, again, man, Glover Teixeira is just too good. He manages to turn Ricardo Arona around, so now he's in the dominant position. Glover Teixeira. Few short punches of the rib, as Arona now fights back. He tries to a foot stomp on Arona, but he puts himself off balance and turned around against the ropes. As now Arona's looking for that trip takedown. He can't get it. Glover Teixeira is doing a great fucking job. He gets that one, though. Glover Teixeira's down on the ground. He's left now on his back pulling half guard. Halfway point in the second round. Throws a few weak-looking punches. Decides on his next move. Arona pounds away, but fails to land anything significant. Gets pushed back out of the guard and is left standing over Glover Teixeira. He's trying to come in and secure a ground position. Dives in, but Glover Teixeira pushes him away, and the scramble begins. And this time he's on top with Arona pulling half guard. Glover Teixeira, there's a few weak-looking punches. He's just got to survive at this point. Even though that round was all Ricardo Arona, it's not going to be enough. As now he's looking to pass half guard to get side control. He does, but doesn't have time to secure it as Ricardo Arona scrambling. As now he ends up pushing down on Arona, who's facing him turtled up. There's some blows, but they're all commonly dealt with, and that is the end of the fight. Your winner, unanimous decision, Glover Teixeira, 6-0 now. How fun. It's rated decent. Yeah, Ricardo Arona has had a tough go of it. He's losing the guys like Guy Metzger and Masato Yano. I mean, he's had some poor to very poor. I mean, it's just been tough. It's been tough. He's had a lot of bad fights on his resume. But it's 7-5 now, and he's lost 3 straight. He's in jeopardy of getting bumped down to rings. That's just, crazy. I mean, here's a guy who challenged for the middleweight title in the real Pride FC, and here he is struggling, 7-5. Giving thanks, Glover Teixeira praises his team at Team Punishment and is very responsive to fans who came out to support him. Glover Teixeira says he's very happy to cap his Pride debut with a win. So our first main fight now. Valentino Overeem, who hadn't had a fight since November of 2003. Wild. I just haven't had a good contest for him, but he's getting an easy fight there against Giant Silva. That's just gonna be all Valentine, the Python Overeem. I mean, it's not even gonna be close. Herb Dean's the ref. Judges at ringside. He's giving up at least 35 pounds on him, and a good 11 inches of height. But Giant Silva's getting a good reaction from the fans. He enters the arena. He's fighting in front of a home crowd tonight. If he killed, they touch gloves. Overeem steps in looking to grapple. As he catches him with a knee strike to the body. He's trying to wrestle Silva up against the ropes. He does so now. He's got him pinned up against the ropes. Looking for a takedown. He gets it. As he sweeps the standing leg, gets side control of it. Now he's looking to get mounted. He can't get it though, but Silva just rolls away to stop it. So now he's got his back. Applies a very tight body triangle, looking for the rear naked choke. Gets it. Alright. Your winner, Valentine Overeem by submission. It's rated great. 0-2 for Giant Silva. He's a bum. Randy, the natural Couture, taking on Rafael Earthquake Carino. 9-1, 11-5. 41 years old, 31 years old, 6'8", 245. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. 6'2", 225. Randy, the natural Couture, Las Vegas, Nevada. Of course, Greco-Roman wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Minus 251, plus 190. Jesus Christ. As this is going to be, set on the ground, but with Rafael Carino, you can't count out that reach and that size. We'll see, though. Use Levine as our referee. As Carino is much taller, so towering over him, and the referee gives them their instructions. He's fighting in front of a home crowd tonight. Gets a big cheers. He makes his entrance. Here we go. They touch gloves. Looked like we're about to see a shot from Carino, but Randy Couture was more aggressive, took the initiative. He throws a quick punch, but doesn't hit it. He lands a jab and then hits a nice straight right hand. Carino shoots on Couture. He gets it. Gets a single leg. Randy Couture's on his back now. All the blows are commonly dealt with as he leans back to avoid a couple of wild swings from Couture on the bottom. Pounds away with rights, but if he has anything significant. Again, has to lean back to avoid the shots from the bottom. As he's looking to get past the guard, he passes guard, but he can't secure position. Randy Couture starts to scramble. As he's left turtled up against Rafael Carino. Looked like he was about to get a soccer kick to the face, but he is up too quickly. That would have been bad news for the old man. As Rafael Carino shoots in again, looking for the takedown. He almost got away, but not quite. Left hopping while Carino has a hold of the leg. He's now just going to push him against the ropes. Now he's dropping down, secures the legs, starts looking for the takedown. Carino, as Couture, rather, is left hopping on his other leg, trying to bounce. There's a nice trip. Takes him down to the floor. He's got his back. There's some clean shots now. He blocks the triangle. Does Couture, he's trying to roll him over, but he blocks it. Looking for the rear naked choke. He doesn't allow the rear naked choke. He's trying to block him again. Looking for the rear naked choke again. Again, he fights off his rear naked Couture. Blocks Couture as he tries to roll him over. Pounds away. There's several clean shots landing on rear naked Couture. Now he's not doing much damage. He's trying to roll him, but he doesn't budge him. Some more clean shots. He's trying to increase the control by applying a body triangle, but again, rear naked Couture is just fighting his ass off. He can't get him off his back, but he's just trying not to end this fight and try to survive for the next round. He blocks another body triangle attempt. He's trying to roll, but he can't do it. And there's a rear naked choke. Again, he fights it off. Trying to get him off his back, he can't. Looking for the rear naked. Again, he fights it off. That's the end of the first round. Man, all Rafael Carino, but that could have been an easy rear naked choke. But Randy Couture fought for a solid 5 minutes of that rear naked choke off. That's a great fucking effort there from Randy Couture. We'll see if Rafael Carino has enough to finish the fight there, as yawn of a round. I think both fighters are now a bit frustrated. Final round begins. Jab lands from Couture. Carino avoids the big right. There's a takedown attempt from Carino. Can't get it. Left hopping in place. Push him against the ropes. Look for the trip again. He gets it again. Just no problem getting side control out of it. There's a couple of punches. He's trying to move the guard, but Carino doesn't allow it. Look for an Americana. Couture defends it well. Tries to pull on the guard of Carino, but doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. Halfway point. Keeps him guessing a few quick strikes. He's trying to pull the guard on Carino, but doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. He's trying to get himself in the mount. He doesn't, but that's because Couture rolled over and gave up his back instead. Trying to get the body triangle. He's got it in tight. He's trying to flatten him out. He gets it. He finally got it. It was fair fox. Fair fox is Rafael Carino. He was bound to determine with every naked choke. He got it. Gets the win by submission. Has 10-1 now, 11-6 for Randy Couture, who has lost 3 straight now. Marco Huss, Andrei Arlovsky, and now Rafael Carino, which this was an upset for him. So, one more fight, and Randy Couture is going probably back down the rings. Who knows, though? He's 11-6. He'll be 11-7 if he lost again, so I do think he deserves to go down the rings on that note. But the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine's taking on Flavio Moura. 10-1, 15-4, Luta Livre style. Gaido Jitsu for the Dean of Mean. 6'2", 205, 5'11", 190, so the bigger, stronger Keith Jardine. Roof Sports, shoot the box, pretty close, minus 150, plus 110. It's going to be interesting. Keith Jardine could knock a motherfucker out in an instance. Flavio Moura had a tough debut against Damian Maia. Lost to Damian Maia, but we'll see what happens here. As Yves Levine again, our judges. There, Anderson Santos, Chris Watson, Richard Bertrand, I think is how you pronounce it, Bertrand. As Flavio Moura is fighting in front of a home crowd tonight, gets a big cheers, makes his entrance underway now. Jardine fails to find home his jab, but he hits Moura with a straight right. Can't connect with the sub strikes, lands a roundhouse kick to the body. There's a sithering kick to the legs. He's not hitting the jab, but he's landing the shit that's powerful. So that's a bad sign for Flavio Moura. Doesn't trouble his opponent with a combination anything with a low kick to the legs. As Moura catches that last kick, is looking for the takedown, but superbly, somehow, yanks his leg free, does Keith Jardine. As Moura looked like he was going to step it and grab him, but Jardine simply took the initiative first. And he lands a left hand, and he catches him with a stunning right hook, and he knocks him down with that right hook. Moving in quickly now, kneeling beside him, hammering down with punches. There's some powerful shots after powerful shots. Yves Levine has to step in and stop the fucking fight there from taking any more shots. Keith Jardine gets the win in 2 minutes, 1:59 to be, and exactly, if you want to be an asshole about it. The fight is really good. That was fun. Keith Jardine's a fucking animal and a half. He's taking out Enzo Gracie, Masanori Suda, Ryan Gracie, Trey Tillman, Little Nog. Some not so big names, but they've been good to decent fights all around. 11-1. I think we need to give this man some more. Enzo Gracie, that's some big competition. He beats Flavio here. I think he's got some big things lined up for Keith Jardine, who's 11-1, 15-5 for Flavio Moura. He's got to get that win. He's got to get that Pride FC win eventually, as he thanks all of his sponsors and all of his fans. this Keith Jardine. He has been the underdog in both his fights, but the Gladiator, Greg Wicken, taking on Pedro the Rock Hizzo, 13-4, 12-5, 29 years old, 30 years old, 6'1", 225, 6 foot 225, Buffalo, Minnesota, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, wrestling, Muay Thai, Who's Valley Tudo, team punishment, minus 110, plus 100. Close on the fucking betting odds here. Herb Dean's our referee. Our judges, Pedro Hizzo, being in front of the home crowd, gets a loud cheers. He enters. Here we go. They touch gloves. He can't connect with a jab, and he catches Wicken with a right kick to the head. A head kick, and he lives to tell about it. Greg Wicken's a bad man. As he throws a hook to the body, Wicken steps back to avoid it. As he moves in fast, clinches, looking to get the takedown. He gets it. As he can't. He's now looking to pass. Ready for the attempt, though, as Pedro Hizzo keeps Wicken firmly in guard. Looking to get past that. He can't get past it. Pedro Hizzo's doing a great job on his back. As Hizzo allows it, but it's just a ploy to allow him to try and scramble. And still Wicken ends up inside control. That's tough. Looking to catch his breath now. Wicken's just throwing a couple punches, deciding to just a couple of punches there, and it's just throwing some small strikes, so it's clearly just trying to take a moment to catch his breath again. Some more shots just to catch his breath. Some more shots to catch his breath. Halfway point. There's a few strikes there without venom, as he's keeping him guessing with a few quick strikes. Punches down on Hizzo, but they're easily taking on the gloves. Again, just trying to catch his breath. Herb Dean stands it back up. Attacking with a quick flurry. Hizzo lands a 1 of 3 punches and scores a leg kick. Preparing to throw to Pedro Hizzo. There's a nice jab in his straight right hand. There's a takedown attempt from Wicken. He defends it. Partially defends it as Pedro Hizzo, and hopping on one foot while Wicken has to hold the other one, driving him up against the ropes. He's trying to maintain control, but Hizzo wrestles his way out of the trouble and circles back to the center. Hizzo moves in on Wicken, preparing to throw. And there's 2 tentative jabs. Hits from Wicken. Neither have any power behind him. Fails to land any strikes in a combo that ended with a slithering low kick. Hizzo, confident, comes in closer. Connects to the jab, but his big right hand follows up, misses. The flurry of 3 punches from Hizzo sees 2 of them land, but Wicken steps back to avoid the high right hand kick. That could have been a fight ender for sure. There's a left and right hand. Minute left now. Stepping in, Hizzo throws 4 quick strikes, 2 of which land, and then hits a nice straight right hand that lands hard. As it looked like I was about to see a shot from Wicken, but Pedro Hizzo was more aggressive, took the initiative. Can't connect those step strikes. There's a crunching straight right to the jaw, and there's a knockdown. Pedro Hizzo quickly kneeling beside Wicken, starting to hammer down punches. Fires through with punches. Greg Wicken's taking several shots to threaten to end the fight. Oh my God, Greg Wicken surviving. The Gladiator survives, lives to fight another round. My God, that could have been it right there. Pedro the Rock Hizzo, he's winning the fight. But Greg Wicken could still do something drastically to win this fight. It'd rather be a submission or a TKO. But man, Pedro Hizzo, it was only a matter of time. He was doing a lot of great combinations and whatnot. What a great job by Pedro Hizzo. Can he win in front of his hometown? Let's see. As the final round, as Wicken may have been aiming to get in close, but Hizzo aggressively took the initiative. Fails to find home his jab and hits a nice straight right hand. As he's looking confident. Shortening the range, looking to strike. As he can't connect with the jab, he hits a rib-rattling spin kick. He collapses. What a knockout. I mean, he fucking can't do it. What a fucking shot. Wow, Pedro Hizzo wins by TKO as a body kick. Liver kicked him, I want to say. Let's make up as we go around. Liver kick. Ruptured his liver. Maybe not. Maybe we'll do just a body shot. Just a fucking shot to the sternum. Fucked him up. Wait, Pedro Hizzo. I think that's the first time a body kicks into the fight in this series. That's fun. How fucking awesome. Pedro Hizzo wins 13-5. He stops the losing streak. As, man, he was on tough times against Andrei Volosky and Sergey Kurtnerov, but he gets the win. Greg Wicken, who, had the shit fight against Heath Herring, but he gets knocked out here for his troubles, is now 13-5. So they're both 13-5, walking out with how fun is. Pedro Hizzo thanks everyone connected to Who's Valley Tudo for him for the fight, and his sponsors supporting him financially. He gives a show of respect to his opponent, Greg Wicken, there. As the co-main event, the king of the streets, Marco Hoos, taking on Alistar, the Demolition Man, over 6'5", 240, a big motherfucker. 7-4 is Alistar, over 14-7-2 is Marco Hoos. Obviously, Who's Valley Tudo style in gym as Muay Thai and Golden Glory for the camp for Alistar Overeem. As he's came a long way to get to fucking Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, from fucking the Netherlands, but This is a bad man. Alistar Overeem is. Yeast Levine is our referee again. Our judges. Weight difference, Hoos is giving up at least 25 pounds. Roar from the crowd as Marco Hoos enters. He's from around here. Obviously the king of the streets. Looking to fight here at Rio de Janeiro as they exchange strikes, but nothing really happens. Kind of slow walking down Hoos. Overeem steps into the pocket. 2 left jabs and catches Hoos with a right hook. As Hoos keeps slightly out of range, looking for a chance to dart in and start grappling. Then he lands a left jab, but Hoos avoids the low kick. That was the setup. And then he lands a left hand and he scores with a right cross that lands hard. They come together and strike, but neither really lands anything. He fails to land it with a combo that ended with an attempted roundhouse body kick. As now he seizes that chance. This is Marco Hoos. He's grabbing him into the clinch, trying to wrestle him up. But Alistar Overeem out-wrestles him, though. What a great job. Now he's got him in the Muay Thai clinch. As, man, he's caught in the Muay Thai clinch. Misses the knee strike, but he's still got control of it. There's a sternum-crunching knee to the chest. He blocks the knee strike, but he can't get free of it. There's a vicious knee to the ribs. As he's trying to the knee strike, but Hoos blocks it, and he wrestles his way out of it there. There's a couple of knees landed, though, as both fighters, they step in. As Marco Hoos uses the left jab, but misses the low kick. There's a left hand from Overeem. They come together and strike. There's a left hook. There's a right cross. As always, steps back and tries to cover up that one has hurt Marco Hoos. He's trying to get him into a clinch. He has it, as he was too dazed to muster any sort of serious defensive action. As he's trying to knee strike him, but he blocks it. That was a terrible idea. He should have just kept on swinging. He's moving forward, constantly Overeem pressuring Marco Hoos. He's looking to pressure Hoos, stepping into the pocket. There's a 1-2 from Overeem that fails to land. Takes a few gulps of breath. Overeem's starting to give a first hint that he's starting to tire a touch. They engage in the center. Overeem slips past the right hook, attempted to catch the right hand that lands clean. They engage as he gets suckered in by a feint that's left exposed as Marco Hoos. There's a right, misses the right hook. There's Marco Hoos. He gets countered with a left jab and a kick to the body that gets parried, though, as 2 fighters engage. Marco Hoos lands a 1-2. Overeem lands a 1-2. They step forward and engage as Overeem steps forward, and a striking exchange begins. Marco Hoos with 2 counter jabs. Throws some strikes and a fast leg kick, but Hoos avoided all of them. Exchange of strikes doesn't get anywhere with it, as both fighters come together and strike, as Hoos misses the right hook and leaves himself open to be countered by a pair of jabs followed by a right hand. Blood is visible now as the strike looks to have opened up a nasty cut above his eye. As now 60 seconds left in the first round. Starting to slow down just to get into the gas tank is Marco Hoos. They exchange strikes, nothing really happens. As Hoos may have been aiming to get in close, but Overeem was the more aggressive one. Hits the left hand, but finds nothing but air on the big right, and that's the end of the round. Alistar Overeem definitely off of damage, and probably strikes landed. Yeah, he's winning the fight for sure. And, with that nasty cut above his eye. It's going to be tough for Marco Hoos to win this one. The cornerman's trying to work between the rounds, trying to close that cut. As, there's some nasty red marks around the rib area. That's from the Muay Thai clinch, where they're just fucking him up. Marco Hoos just getting fucked up now. As the last round, round 2 begins. Look, they were about to see Hoos try to get some grappling, but Overeem was more aggressive, took the initiative. Lands a jab, then hits Hoos with the right side to the ribs. Steps in looking to unleash. Appeared to be going to try to get in close as Marco Hoos, but Overeem took the initiative. He fails to find home his jab, but he lands a right hand to the body. The body shots. This is the night of the body shots. I mean, Overeem lands 2 left hands, but he can't connect with the right to the body. Starting to have to push himself now as his corner responds by urging him on a little louder. This is his fight to win. He's just gonna not get all in there. There's a left jab and a superb right kick to the head. Knockout. Knocked him the fuck out with a head kick. Alistar Overeem wins by knockout. 8-4. He just needed to get fucking egged on by the corner. So what a win for Alistar Overeem. 8-4 now. Who he has been. He lost to Josh Burnett, but he's taking on Marker, Ogawa. He's just lost to, Josh Burnett, Andre Vlasky, Kazuki Vegeta. God bless Kazuki Vegeta. Is the man. But man, I mean, that's been a hell of a resume. Marco Hoos losing now at 14-8-2. Just lost to Big Nog, of course. As now he's lost to Alistar Overeem here. Is giving thanks over Alistar Overeem praises his team at Golden Glory. Is very responsive to the fans who came out to support him. He brags about knocking out Marco Hoos and says that anyone who wants to fight him is putting themselves in danger as he can KO anyone. I mean, he ain't lying. As the Brazilian killer Alex Stiebling taking on Merlio Ninja Hua in our main event. I'm assuming the Brazilian killer is just going to get booed out of the building for this one. As, 28 years old, 24 years old, 5'11", 205, 6'2", 205. If Alex Stiebling wins, there will be a riot. Whatever venue we're running, it will be burned to the ground after this one. As wrestling, Muay Thai style, Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu style, same, but different. As the pit, Who's Valley Tudo, minus 260 plus 200. Cecil Peoples will be the referee. Judges, Murillo gets a good reaction from the fans as he enters the arena. He's fighting in front of his own crowd, opening bell, constantly pressuring his opponent. Murillo pushes, is moving forward. Stiebling gets 2 left hands out of the counter, a combo that ends with a kick to the legs, fails to land from Murillo, showing great timing. Murillo comes in fast and looks for the takedown. He can't complete the single leg, but does end up standing, holding a leg while Stiebling hops in place on the other one. As Hua can't keep Stiebling down, so he settles for pushing him up against the ropes, looking for a sharp trip. Excellent outside leg trip, sees Stiebling get thrown to the mat, and Hua has no problem getting side control. Looking for a knee bar. Stiebling blocks it into pull guard, looking for the knee bar again. Again, he stops it. Tries to pull guard on Hua, but doesn't get in with the attempt. There's a knee strike to the ribs. As another knee strike to the ribs. As there's a handful of punches, each easily being blocked with gloves. He blocks it to pull guard. As a referee stands him back up, they get close enough to clinch. As Hua out-wrestles Stiebling, takes control of the grapple. There's a nice knee strike to the grapple, and Stiebling catches Stiebling to the side of the stomach there on that knee strike. As look at the muscle, Stiebling back up against the ropes. He does so. Now Hua has Stiebling with a big knee strike to the body from the grapple. There's a trying to push him up against the ropes. As now his back's up against the ropes. Halfway point now, there's a sharp trip. Outside leg trip, he sweeps Stiebling down to the ground. He's left on his back. And inside control is Murillo Ninja Hua. As Stiebling tries to pull guard on Hua, but doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. As there's a knee strike to the ribs. Looking for the knee bar. Again, he stops it. Blocks the attempt to pull guard. Looking for an Americana now. And again, that isn't allowed. As again, has to stand him back up. Stalks forward, Hua back Stiebling up against the corner. There's a left hand. Hits a left hand, but Stiebling avoids the big right. There's a nice takedown attempt. He can't get past the sprawl, though, as it gets pushed down on his hands and knees by Stiebling, trying to kick him to the body, but Hua scoots backwards quickly as he's able to stand back up. As he fails to find home his jab, then catches Stiebling with a right hook. There is now a noticeable gash above the hairline of Stiebling where a strike must have cut him. Stiebling gets a hold of Hua. Minute left now. Wrestles away into a dominant position. There's a big knee strike to the body. As he's trying to push Stiebling so his back up against the ropes. He does so. And that is the end of the first round. All Murillo Ninja Hua there. And now Stiebling is being attended to by the cut man between rounds. Large bruise is starting to appear on the side of the stomach of Stiebling. As he has not defended his rib cage well enough so far tonight. Final round now. Doesn't trouble his opponent with a combination thing with a low kick to the legs. Hua gets a hold of Stiebling. Hits Stiebling with a knee strike to the body as they grapple. Uses a knee strike from the grapple and catches Stiebling to the side of the stomach. Again, look at the muscle against the ropes. He can't do it though. Stiebling defended it well. So he gets caught with a knee strike to the body as they grapple. Look at the lock in. Stiebling with a Muay Thai clench. He doesn't manage it though. Stiebling slips out and gets out of the grapple. Gets away. Still moving well, but he's definitely breathing a little deeper. Is Murillo Ninja Hua. As Hua shoots him for the takedown, he gets it. Gets that control too. That's his 3 for 6 on takedowns, 50%. Trying to get a knee bar, he can't get it. Tries to move the guard, doesn't allow it. Looking for an arm bar. This man has tried 3 different submissions, he can't get it. Alex has been doing a great job. He tries to sweep Hua, but only succeeds in giving up his back. Rear naked choke, 4 submissions now. Stiebling doesn't allow it, trying to roll him. Looking for the rear naked choke again, doesn't allow the arm underneath the chin. Trying to fight him off. Stiebling manages to shrug Hua off, but it only results in both fighters ending up scrambling back to their feet. They meet in the center as he misses the big right hand, allowing Hua to counter the jab and a left hook to the ribs. That's the end of the fight. Your winner by unanimous decision, Murillo Ninja Hua, 15-2 now. Alex Stiebling, 16-3-1, which his last one was against Jeremy White, which was American Bushido 3. So I have to say, I think he's lost every Pride FC fight, but he has not. It's 1-3. What a win for Murillo Ninja Hua, though. In front of hometown, and there's not a riot. We can come back for another show. How fun. As Alex Stiebling, the Brazilian killer, gets shut down. As Murillo Ninja Hua gives a name check to everyone connected at Who's Valley 2 to all of his various sponsors and the fans, and all of his friends, family, and supporters. Showing respect, Murillo praises Stiebling for his skill and toughness. That is true. I mean, this could have went a whole different way. Could have lost it by, fucking submission for sure on any one of those 4 submission attempts. But Alex Stiebling, he fought it off. Fought hard, but wasn't enough as Murillo gets the big win there. As, wow, pop decreased like everywhere. Yeah, that was not good. I don't know what we did different, but we shouldn't have done it. That was tough. I don't know if Murillo and Alex Stiebling weren't a big enough draw for that show. I thought it was rated decent. I thought it was a decent rated main event. It is what it is. But that will do it for this episode. Episode 42 of the WMMA 5 series. As hopefully everything's alright. I think so. Hopefully. Hopefully everything's okay. As yeah, that was kind of, you know, that the first time we did the Brazilian Bushido card, it didn't go quite like that. I thought it went a little bit better, but that's alright. It's not a big deal. Thank you all for watching, as we'll catch you guys next time for Total Elimination. It's the start of the Lightweight Grand Prix. Let's see who's gonna go on to win the whole goddamn thing. Can't wait to see it. Thank you all, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.